Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Feels like fire. 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 Feels like fire.
So your father's walking on, right? Yes. So what do you know about the history of walking on? You ever heard of the train and slave trade? The train or slave trade? What was it? What was it? The triangle slave trade. It was two different slave trades. You had the transatlantic, that was coming from England or Europe over here. They would hit all the Caribbean islands, and they had one that was coming from the Americas back to Europe. Right, so the Wampanoag actually went on that during like the 1619s, 1620s. They were bringing the Wampanoag into slavery. A lot of you guys ended up in Jamaica, Tangier, Africa, and in Europe. Right, so here it is. I'm going to give you a prophecy showing that you can identify the Wampanoags, what we call the Gadites, as Israelites. I'll give you that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Right, because the triangle slave trade, they went on slave ships. They were traded for rum and molasses and things of that nature for the Caribbean, dropped off there. They had slaves left over, drop them off in Tangier, drop them off in Europe. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy,
Right.
chapter 28, verse 68.
Right here.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, so the Israelites go back into Egypt again with ships, but Egypt, before the Suez Canal was made, it's a man-made canal, right? You could walk into Egypt, you could walk from Egypt, right? So we didn't need slave ships to get there. So what is God talking about? This is going into a prophecy because Deuteronomy happened right after they already left Egypt. So give me Deuteronomy 5 and 6, just to show you what Egypt means according to what God said. Right? Because Egypt is not just a word. All words have meanings behind it. So there is no word that doesn't have a meaning, right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God,
Right.
which brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Right, out of the land of Egypt, and now he's going to give you the definition of what that means. Read.
from the house of bondage.
So Egypt means the house of bondage. Go back to Deuteronomy 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Right.
with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
My ships. Those same ships right there. Right? Because no other nation went into slavery than slave ships. That's a fact. So here's a prophecy being told. We didn't think it was going to come to pass at this time, but here it is now. We have the historical fact because that prophecy did come to pass. God said we were going to go back into slavery again with ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Right.
thou shalt see it no more again.
So our homeland, we wouldn't see it no more. There's a lot of Wampanoag who aren't here because they think they're Jamaicans now, right? They think they're from Tangier, Africa. Some of them think that they're Europeans, right? How many of our brothers and sisters from this land went over to Europe? Because you know Pocahontas ended up over there, right? She got in the street from syphilis as a prostitute. She was brought over there. So how many other people? You had Toronto, right? We had, all these stories about the famous ones, but there was a lot more we don't talk about that were brought to different locations on slave ships, right? Not just for reservations. Now, give me 36 real quick.
Verse 36.
Right?
The Lord shall bring thee,
right?
and thy king which thou shalt set over thee.
And so a king that was set over us. Now I look at the Wampanoag, and you know about what's his name, King Metacomet or King Philip. You have the King Philip Wars of that nature, right? So here it is. That was a king. Matter of fact, he's the reason why Thanksgiving was created. You know the history on that? They have the National Day of Mourning out there, right? Right? So have you been out there? Have you heard? You know about that history at least, right? You know your history. There's a lot of our brothers and sisters, specifically what we call the Northern Kingdom. A lot of them don't know. A lot of them don't even consider how they got there, why it is that they no longer can speak their language. Because you got what the federal, they're no longer recognized as a federal tribe anymore, right? Wampanoag lost their federal status. Remember, I was talking to one, they were saying they were fighting for that. I was talking to somebody in the Gadite tribe down in Rhode Island. There's one in what, Cape Cod or in that area? Yep. Remember we went to go visit the ones out there in Nashville. And a lot of them know the truth about them. Just do they want to hear it? Right? The truth is. Yeah. They have. Alright, so what was the first one? You don't know? Alright, so when the so-called conquistadors, the Spaniards came here, didn't they bring the word with them? And how was it used? You know your history? A lot of Gadites died because they refused to accept the Bible. How was it used? Right? So they would put you into slavery, they would cut your hands off, make you... Oh, they did, but not at first, because slavery with the Gadites started, what, 14? Well, I don't want to say all the Gadites. So here it is, from South America, Central America to Mexico, the conquistadors hit that area first, right? They started coming in through Florida and stuff like that, but a lot of them died off from, well, not malaria, but there was a lot of stuff that they died from. Then the English came over with, John Smith, started biological warfare. You got Jeffrey Amherst, who also came up with the bubonic, not bubonic, but the smallpox blankets. And they named the whole town after him over there. And here it is. They came over here, the English came over here and conquered you guys. Right? But they were still using the Bible as a tool to oppress you. Right? After they did what? Because 1492 is when they started coming over here. They weren't trying to make peace. Right? The English weren't trying to make peace. The Wampanoag, a lot of them died off because of what happened on the coastal areas. Right? From the plague. Right? John Smith was doing a lot of what? He was a mercenary. They show him as what? They show him as a settler in Pocahontas, the Disney show. Which is crazy. Which shows you the level of white supremacy, because they're showing you a false reality. Because how many kids grow up believing that version of John Smith versus the historical John Smith? Huh? A lot. How many people do you think saw Disney's Pocahontas? That was a hit. Yeah, you knew it was a lie, but how many people don't know? A lot of people in the black community didn't know that was a lie because they don't know a lot of the history dealing with the Wampanoag. Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that. Right? A lot of people don't know that. Because here it is. They were using this image right here. The doctrine and philosophy that came with this to come up with white supremacy. That's why we're in the condition that we're in. The reservations, not only were the reservations created here, but they were also the basis for the concentration camps over there in Germany. That's what he literally claimed, that the reservations here is how he came up with the concentration camps in Germany.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.